What is up, YouTube? It is HWFLOSS, the worst producer of all time. Back with another video. In today's video, we dissecting, reacting, giving opinion on this J. Cole Port Antonio track where he addresses Drake, Kendrick, what's been going on in his mind, what to look forward to, and the big one still being in the big three, or the best one of the big three. But before we dive quickly into the track, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, hit the notification bell so you get any video I upload to the channel. As you all know, it's been just musical chairs: Drake, Kendrick, J. Cole, Kendrick, Drake, Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole. You know the rest. But I will say this track is interesting because it's the first time he kind of addresses leaving the battle, and I hate that he left the battle. But when Kendrick started dropping, I understood. I was like, okay, maybe it was a good thing. But you can't claim to be the best out there, the big dog, if you leave in a battle. Like, this is what I'm the best ever, and he even has those type of bars still. And so it's still kind of like, I'm the king still, but you left the battle. You didn't want any smoke when it came down to it. But the track is fire, by the way. The track is Port Antonio, where he addresses the first verse is classic Cole, young Jermaine, walk the straight and narrow, minimum wage jobs for dinero, but still my mind was on the zeros. Like, classic J. Cole, the rise. If you know J. Cole, he's gonna always put himself as the underdog that rises to the top. And the latest J. Cole in the last 2 years has been, I'm at the top. What's up? I want all the smoke. I want to kill you on your tracks, right? But then, like, that happened and shut all of that up. Shut all of that up. So, like I said, the beat is fire. There's no denying that. No one else is talking about this, so I'm going to mention it. Is there something underneath the table or behind the scenes where he used the Jay-Z sample? Is he saying that Jay-Z is manipulating all three? I know that's a reach, but I'm trying to figure out why use this. I'm out for presidents to represent me. That sample, Dead Presidents. Is he saying this is on you, Jay-Z? Something to think about there, because there's a reason why he used this sample. Or did it just touch his soul? It's a fire sample to rap over, to pour your heart out on. Anyways, mano y mano, I'm Bono, I'm you times two, of course. Bono is the lead singer of U2. Now I'm bougie. I did not groove the Fountain Blue, fancy, one of the best hotels in Miami. So if you're too bougie for that, like, wow, I've made it. But never forgot the spot where I developed my plot to dwell at the top. There it goes again, the Ville, where all my skeletons locked. Like, always talking about that. If I could do it all over, then I never would swap. I don't know about that. That's a little reaching. I've seen good, I've seen bad, had my melanin mocked. Now he's getting him and Logic. They love talking about being mocked for being too light, but not light enough for white people. I've seen long life friends turn the devil out. That the underdog coming up, you're going to see people hate and change on you. This is fire right here. I was micing Red Leather, trying to tell him to stop. You better beat it before you see the heavy metal get popped. Of course, Kendrick made a reference to always talking about ceasefire, but you always talking about guns, then you always talking about, oh no. That was funny, because that can go for a lot of different rappers and a lot of different people, especially in the rap game. He was mean. Wing was a hell of a shot, but if no team draft king, he gonna be better back on the block. Basically, he going back to selling drugs. So we get a lot of that, just in the first verse, classic J. Cole, the story that we love about him. And then it gets interesting. He starts, getting that bravado. It's like, all right. He uses a lot of one thing's for sure that I've matured from my first rhyme. I learned long ago you can't please them all, and it hurts trying. So we know him as it's weird with him. He gets so pumped up, and then he's like, nah, y'all got it. Then he rises to the top before his album rollout. Then he's like, okay, I'm gonna go hide again. I don't even want this anymore. I did all this and I don't even want it. So it's a weird story that he has. He's definitely one of the, the top. He's in the big three. But I can no longer put him with the Drakes and the Kendricks now. It's just weird unless he goes out and battles, and he says he doesn't want to do that. I hate what raps become, but like do not disturb signs. Can't knock it if I see it's about the dough. They instigate the effery because it's profitable. Is that a shot at Jay? Can't knock the hustle. About the dough. I love the dough. Is he saying that Jay is behind it? Once again, this line just stands out to me. It's like, am I reaching? Or am I putting that together nicely? But singing Stop the Violence tunes when dude's in the hospital, I pulled the plug because I've seen where this was about to go. So now this is the meat of it all. He's telling everybody that I know where it was about to go. I don't care what you guys saying. But you were part of that. Like, you threw some slugs at Kendrick on First Person Shooter. Like that was a response to First Person Shooter, and he was ready to go out. I was like, look, I'm going out on my shield. We applaud Kendrick for that. You, on the other hand, keep backtracking, and it's weird. Just pick a side and stay there. But all of this, you can't. You're not going to be able to get it. I think he thought he was going to be able to play the middle, and it didn't go his way. They wanted blood. They did. They wanted clicks to make their pocket grow. Drake did, Kendrick did, the media did, we did, the fans. They see this fire in my pen and think I'm dodging smoke. We do. I wouldn't have lost a battle, I would have lost a bro. You lost a bro anyway. So it's kind of like you might as well go out swinging. And are these really your bros? I don't know what goes beyond the scenes, but are these really your bros? I would have gained a foe and all what for, just to obtain some more props from strangers that don't have a clue what I've been aiming for. We don't. Say it now, what you been aiming for. Since the age of 14, Jermaine is no king. Alright, man. The back and forth is weird. Like, pick a side. But this is a fire track, like I said. If this means I gotta dig up dirt, you don't have to. You didn't have to dig up dirt. You also didn't have to say he didn't have any... that To Pimp a Butterfly was whack. It's like weird. Of algorithm bots, of course, we know that Kendrick and Drake use bots for the favorable means. Drake loves a meme. We already know that. To be considered best alive and rest the way to both things. I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing. Okay, so you understand it's about competition. That's why you always say you're number one. Protecting legacy, so lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war. I walked away with all their blood on me. Yes, because you tried to play the middle. Now, someone discredited me and tried to waive my pedigree. No, you're top tier. You're just not. There's levels. There's like, if there's 5 different levels, you're like on level 2 or level 3 because of this. But please find a person that's rapping better. And this incredibly, JID, Griselda, Kendrick, Drake. Like, there's more. But I digress. They stripped me of my spot. No, you gave up your spot. That's the difference. You gave up your spot, and now I'm finally free. Free from what? They say I'm picking sides. Hey, don't you lie on me. They start another war. Hey, Drake, you'll always be my brother. I ain't ashamed to say what you did for me. Will Kendrick always be your brother? Or is Kendrick just not... what happened with the big three? There's speculation that they called Kendrick to be on the track, and he didn't oblige. So what happened? That's what we gotta find out. We got somebody, when Kendrick album drops, or Drake got to do his timestamp where he just said, all right, I did want him on the track and this is what happened. Something happened, we don't know. Anyways, fire track, fire sample, fire beat, fire lyrics, but do we believe it coming from Cole, or does it make it, maybe we believe it but it just doesn't sit well with us? I don't know, man. This is interesting. That's why I love music, hip-hop in general. It's always a storyline, all right? It's your boy HWFLOSS. Hit the like and subscribe button. Breakdown of Port Antonio, J. Cole. Interesting. Where do we go from here? Do we get another Kendrick track? Do we get any information behind the scenes of what really happened? And first person shooter and like that really changed the trajectory, the road of all three MCs. All right, I'm done. Until next time, peace.